Later, I go to Sweden to discover how to smoke a sausage.
That's really nasty.
But first, how much cream is in my ice cream? Now, in my world, ice cream is a whipped mix of egg yolks, sugar, milk and cream. But what am I getting when I buy it off the shelf?
I picked up some of your ice cream the other day, and I was wondering how much cream is in my ice cream.
It's called ice cream, so there must be cream in there.
Would you be able to tell me that?
I wouldn't know, actually. Right, just bear with me a second.
The creaminess is coming from milk. You make ice cream with milk.
You're saying that actually all ice cream should have a bit of it, even if it is made from
It would be
milk.
allowed to be called ice cream if it didn't have cream in it.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
OK. All right, thank you very much. Thanks, bye-bye.
So the customer helpline seemed to think you do need cream in order to make ice cream. To find out how much you need, and to have a little taste, of course, I'm in Somerset at an award-winning ice cream maker.
Excuse me, are you David?
Yes.
Hello, David.
Matt, I presume.
It is Matt. They said that you'd be in your office. Is this your office?
Oh, very often is, yes. Come on then, Matt. Come on in here. This is supposed to keep the flies out.
Right, mate. It's hot.
David Baker here is an ice cream purist, perfecting his recipes over the last 24 years.
This is what we do for rum and raisin.
Jeez.
It's Californian raisins
Ooh,
with
smell that.
Malaga and white Jamaican rum, and we soak them for a week.
Smells foul, yeah. Oh, lovely. You're really excited about your
Yeah, I love it.
Have you always been excited? Have you always been into ice cream? Is this
No,
like a childhood thing?
No,
that's
I suddenly
grown out of
discovered
control?
it.
Do you eat a lot of ice cream?
Yes.
And so would I with all these flavours. But I'm here to see what David actually puts in his ice cream.
This is where we make it. There is, over here is where the raw milk comes in from the cows.
OK.
We actually go and pick it up from the cows.
Right.
Would you like to push that switch there?
This one here?
Yeah.
No, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of milk.
Now,
I'm a grown-up. It's a beautiful colour, isn't it?
it's a superb colour. Now,
Can I try it?
Yeah, you try it.
And this is
Quite
raw milk, right?
yeah.
Look at the thickness of it.
Yes.
The viscosity.
Oh, we're getting technical now.
It's like eating single cream.
Yes.
So it's like... So you're still adding cream to this ice cream, even though this is
All this
incredibly
here,
creamy.
all those buckets are double cream,
Wow.
and they will be all poured into here.
Really?
Yes.
Good Lord. OK.
So if David uses lashings of cream, 14% exactly, how can other ice creams seemingly use no cream?
So how can that be ice cream?
Well, there's two types of ice cream in the country.
Right.
You have the dairy ice cream, which has to have the cream and milk,
OK.
and you have the regular ice cream.
Right. Difference being?
The regular ice cream can have its fat come from anywhere.
So it doesn't have to have milk or cream in it?
No.
And you can still call it ice cream?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. It's just got to have a certain percentage of fat.
And that can be any old fat?
Yes. And
Wow.
it comes from the war days,
Right.
when they got very, very short of food and such like, and they wanted to still be making ice cream.
Right.
And they could get hold of the fats, but they couldn't get the milk.
Right.
So they started making ice cream in that way.
So how would you make an ice cream without any fresh cream or milk?
Well, it's not done around here. You'll have to go elsewhere, not here.
Right. OK. Thank you very much.
Lovely seeing
Nice to
you.
meet you. See you.
Ooh, sorry about that, David. I didn't mean to cause offence. So with my marching orders, I'm off to a place that knows its vegetable fat from its dairy fat, a company that supplies ingredients to the ice cream industry in Leeds.
Tom. Hello, Tom.
Hi, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
I need to see some ingredients.
Fantastic.
Various ice cream ingredients. That's what you do here, isn't
Certainly
it?
is.
Okay,
Let me show you.
Beautiful.
And here we are.
Big warehouse.
It's a big warehouse, yeah.
This warehouse is like a toy store for ice cream makers, with everything you could possibly wish for to make ice cream, including the ingredients you need to make a no-cream ice cream.
So here we got the fat.
Yeah, this is the vegetable fat that's used within ice cream, or one of them that's used within ice cream.
So what type of oil is this?
This is hardened palm kernel oil.
So Tom, why would you use vegetable fat over a dairy fat in ice cream?
The vegetable fat gives sometimes can give a cost advantage, and therefore can be used in some of the economy-style ice creams that you may see in the multiples.
Right.
But giving the consumer that degree of choice.
So the customer helplines were wrong. You don't have to use cream to make ice cream. Non-dairy fats are easier to store and usually cheaper to produce, as you don't need Daisy the cow. To try and actually see how this vegetable fat ice cream is made, I'm attempting to get access to some of the big players in the market who I know use this process.
Wondering if it's possible to come along and see how you make the vegetable fat ice cream.
But I'm getting nowhere fast.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
They're either coming back with no's or they're being a bit elusive and not returning my call. So I'm not really sure where to go. There's something they don't want me to see.
So the big boys won't let me into their factories, but there is a man in Reading who just might be able to help. I've come to the university's food science faculty where I want to see how you can possibly make ice cream from vegetable fat.
Wow. Hello, mate. You Alistair?
Hello there. I'm Alistair, yes.
Excellent.
Alistair Grandison.
Excellent.
How do you
Sorry,
do?
creeping in your lab. Nice to meet you.
That's all right.
Alistair's lab may have a vintage feel about it, but in here he's got all the gadgets to mimic on a small scale pretty much anything the food industry can mass produce.
Okay. Right, Alistair, let's crack on and make this ice cream.
We're going to use this, which is a coconut oil or fat.
What properties are you looking for? Are you looking to replicate that butter?
Absolutely.
Quality?
The fat derived from milk
Yeah.
has particular melting properties. And you have to mimic this in the fat you're using in the ice cream. If you actually taste a bit of that, it melts in your mouth. It won't taste very much at all because it doesn't have much other flavour in there. But it melts.
It's got that melting.
It's oiling off on your skin, essentially.
It's a bit tasteless, isn't it?
Yeah, it's completely tasteless.
Right, so how can you possibly turn this tasteless fat into something delicious?
These are the main ingredients.
And this is just specifically for veg fat?
No, this is for any ice cream.
For all ice cream?
Yeah.
First in goes the water, which in this case makes up 67% of the ice cream. Next, the milk powder. UK law dictates that any ice cream must contain no less than 2.5% milk proteins.
Sugar in there and the emulsifiers.
Right, it smells quite eggy, doesn't it?
Now it's the turn of the fat. Legally, ice cream must contain a minimum of 5% fat. This can be dairy or, as in this case, vegetable.
So the fat's gone in now.
Yep.
What's going to happen to it then?
Yeah. Well, it will melt. We're also giving it a high shear mix, which has the effect of homogenising it. And you would do the same with a dairy ice cream as well, because you want to break down the fat into small globules, and that helps hold the air in the ice cream when you come to freeze it later on.
So after the mix cools, it goes into an ice cream mixer, which whips a whole load of air into it and freezes it, giving us ice cream.
It's looking really nice. It's smelling really good.
My frozen vegetable fat cone is allowed to be called ice cream, even though it has no cream in it. But do we as consumers understand that some of our ice creams are made with frozen vegetable fat? James and Martin are at the seaside, testing some discerning taste buds.
Nice sunny day at the beach, nice cold snack. Have you got any allergies?
What do you think goes into making vanilla ice cream?
I'd say milk.
Cream.
Cream? Yep.
Cream. And ice.
It's all made with frozen vegetable oil.
Oh, really?
Doesn't actually contain any cream in it whatsoever.
Oh my
What do you think of that?
Are you joking?
I don't really believe you.
So I naturally assume when the word ice cream meant that there was a cream element.
Oh. But I know it's really nice. That's all I know.
I don't think it's bothered you too much, huh?
Back at Reading University, my vegetable fat ice cream is ready for me to get my chops around.
Could I just ask you to hold that to someone? Oh, no, I can't really, can I?
But Alistair's got a surprise for me. He's also made a dairy fat ice cream. So, can I tell the difference?
2 ice creams.
Right, beautiful. That one looks a little bit darker.
It is, yes, I would say it probably is, yeah.
Very nice. But I would say that one is the dairy. And that
Correct.
one, is that right?
Correct, yeah, that's dairy.
But they're both very nice, and I have to say I was expecting this to be a lot fattier than it is. But it's really nice. Actually. Not much in it. You can have that one.
Yeah, thanks.
But there's not that much in it, is there?
No, there certainly isn't.
So, there you go. The only way you can guarantee your ice cream has dairy cream in it is to buy the tubs labelled dairy ice cream. Otherwise, you may well be eating frozen vegetable fat. But one thing's for sure, both have fat. There's a huge amount of products with a smoky flavour in our shops. But have they all seen smoke from fire?
I was wondering if you could tell me how you actually smoke cheese.
Oh, that's a good question. I know how you smoke fish and things like that. You know, it's hung in some sort of wooden sort of thing and smoked.
Do they use smoke across fish and crisps and sausages?
I believe so.
I saw that it had smoked butter in it, and I was just wondering what smoked butter was.
I'd imagine, like, because you know, they do smoke, you know, like the smoked kippers, and that would be the answer. I think that's just what they'll do with the butter.
Really? So the butter has been kippered? How do they do that? I don't think Martin's got the answers either. To try and get to the bottom of our smoked food processes, I'm in Grimsby, a town with a long reputation for traditional smoked fish. And Sea Chill are one of the UK's largest producers of smoked haddock. Production manager Glenn Matthews is here to show me the ropes. This factory makes what is officially defined as traditional Grimsby smoked fish.
OK. That's pretty strong.
It is a strong smell. Here you go.
Right, OK, so that's the fire pit.
Yeah.
I can't see any flames.
What we're looking for is the smouldering effect.
Right.
Just so there's enough air that's penetrating in there, just to give us that smoke to travel through the fish.
Smouldering sawdust causes the smoke, which drags up through the fish stacked higher in the chimney.
So basically what they're doing is passing the rods all the way up to the top, and obviously getting lower and lower and lower all the time.
This really is quite incredible to say. I don't know any other industry that does this.
This is 100 years of tradition, and that's why, you know, the product is sold as traditional smoked haddock.
You remind me of, like, mining.
Yeah, you could say that.
Mining.
You could say it's like mining.
In a neighbouring chimney, some smoked haddock is nearly finished.
And here's your traditional smokehouse.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. That's the fish on the rods. It's quite strong.
Yeah, we get wafts of this. It's quite overpowering. You stick your face in it.
And that smoke is rising throughout the fish, up to the top and out the traps.
This is brilliant. It's like treacle, isn't it?
It is.
Very tacky.
It is.
This is the years and years of smoking.
I mean, this is basically sort of 80, 90 years of smoking.
Right.
We're absolutely convinced that the secret ingredient is this tar that's penetrating the fish.
Right.
The smoking is done overnight for at least 8 hours, and then the fish are gently cooled before packing. This traditional technique is labelled on our products as smoked, but some products are labelled with smoke flavoured. So what's the difference?
Do you think smoke flavouring is the same as smoking?
I don't know. I never really thought about it. I suppose it would be the same, but then how would you kind of smoke a crisp?
Do you think that there might actually be, like, smoke that goes into the flavouring?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure, to be honest.
And what is a smoke flavouring? How's that made and what is it?
Well, I wouldn't be able to give you the full list because it is part of a secret ingredient. Just bear with me 1 second.
Thank you. Ooh, she's not so friendly.
To try and find the answers, we called a range of large smoked food manufacturers in the UK, but none of the ones we contacted would let us film. Fortunately, there's a factory in Sweden who are keen to show us how they make their smoked sausages. Smoked sausage is big business in Sweden. The smokier, the better. Sten Sakra Charcuterie and Deli produce 29 varieties of sausage and specialise in smoky sausage. But I can't see any chimneys here, so how do they smoke their sausage?
I was wondering if I could have a look around. That's all right.
Yes, we must change clothes.
Jackets,
yes.
hands.
Yep.
I know the score.
So, after that warm Scandinavian welcome, it's straight into the factory.
Okay, and this is where you smoke?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, okay. So how long do they go in there for?
This is where Peter takes over.
Oh, right. Okay.
About the smoking, how long does it go into the smoke?
Normally the total process in the smokehouse is around 1.5 to 2 hours.
That's a lot less time than the traditional fish smokehouse in Grimsby, allowing this factory to produce quicker. But I can't see any fires. So how are they smoking their products here?
Wow, is that it?
Here, on both sides, you have the nozzle where the smoke comes.
That's it, is it?
These are the pipes coming from the system. The small pipe is with the liquid and the big pipe is with the air. So the smoke comes out here. So now the smoke house will start the circulation.
Right.
And the system will prepare for smoking.
And that's it?
You always see how it's going around in here.
Oh, yeah.
It's a natural, there's nothing added to the smoke, only water. We need water to condense the smoke into, but there's nothing added to the smoke. It's a natural product.
So this is a liquid smoke, which is apparently all natural. But how on earth do you make a liquid smoke? James and Martin are hoping food scientist Rachel Edwards-Stewart will be able to explain.
So what actually is smoke?
Please.
Well, smoke actually contains thousands of different compounds. And you get a lot of things that are produced as you burn the wood chips. And you get a lot of gases produced, you get a lot of oils that might vaporise as well with the heat. But you also get a lot of water vapour actually in smoke.
You sure you get water in smoke?
But it's a gas.
I know.
I think we'll agree to disagree on this one.
Well, just wait and then we'll see if you will now agree. What we're going to try and do is capture all of this smoke containing the water vapour into this glass that I put in a beaker of ice here. And basically, as it reaches the bottom of the glass, the very cold temperatures will cause all of those gases, including the water vapour, to liquefy back.
As soon as the smoke comes into contact with the ice glass, it condenses and so becomes a liquid.
That is liquid smoke. We've actually made liquid smoke.
We have indeed. Wow. Okay, shall
This is one of the ways the food industry makes liquid smoke.
About a teaspoonful.
Let's see, smell that, see what you think.
It smells like a burning pirate ship.
Yeah?
With Guy Fawkes on top.
In Sweden, I'm getting a more unconventional look at another way to make liquid smoke. Peter is keen to explain that the liquid really is smoke.
See, it's not really living in a bottle. Yeah. Smoke in a bottle.
Yeah. It's like it's some sort of magic need a little cloth.
It takes forever to make it draw a concentrated smoke.
Yeah, and a hell of a pair of lungs.
Yeah. But that's what it is.
And that's it, and then it gets absorbed.
Now the smoke is absorbed.
See. Okay, so that's a very basic. It's also taking a tint. If you look at that,
yeah, you see
the colour is
it's
turning ever so slightly
So
nicotine
what we're doing in the manufacturing is that we are cooling it down at the same time.
Right.
Because the smoke is humid.
Yeah.
So by taking it down, the smoke will still start to condense out. So.
Right. And that's what they do, keep pumping smoke through the water and stirring.
Is smoked water.
Right. So, oh.
Now you can drink some Lucky Strike.
I was going to...
Cheers.
That's really nasty.
I
don't know why I did that.
Peter's liquid smoke is made from burning sawdust, not cigarettes, and is concentrated before shipping off to food producers.
Yeah,
so that is liquid.
This is in the concentrate form, so it's when you smell it, it's smelling very strong.
Yeah, it is.
1 kilo of liquid smoke is replacing 5 kilo of sawdust, so that's why you see that it's concentrated. So.
And is it edible or not?
Sure, it's edible, but now
Very
we have
strong.
it concentrated. It's but you can for sure do it, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and you will get a brown finger tongue after a while.
Wow. So. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty punchy. Yeah?
Liquid smoke is widely used in smoked flavoured foods, but is not used in every smoked flavoured product.
Can you do the same with, I don't know, crisps? Could you do the same with sauces and things like that?
Yeah.
Or is it a different process?
Now, when you talk about sauces, then we talk about smoke flavouring, because then you don't smoke the sauce, you're adding it.
Okay.
Then you will add a different kind of products from us, which is made for flavourings.
Right.
This technique uses chemicals to give a product a great smoky flavour, but is also allowed to be labelled as smoked flavoured, the same as liquid smoke, leading to quite a bit of confusion as to what's really what in the smoky world.
So at the moment, the law states that you have to say this is smoke flavour.
Yeah, it's a kind of grey area, because then some will label smoke flavour, but they will add in the end smoked. The word smoke flavour is not the best way informing the customer, because it is smoked when we're doing this way we're doing it here.
So, to put it simply, the guidelines around smoked foods say that products labelled as smoked are traditionally smoked with smoke. Products smoked using liquid smoke have to be labelled as smoked flavoured. And products smoked with chemicals can also be labelled as smoked flavoured. Got it? Simple. Anyone got any crisps?